Hi, welcome to my video and welcome to yet another episode of Pandemic Cooking, the ongoing series on my channel these days where I show you some simple dishes, meals, preparation methods that hopefully will help you during this time when we are kind of locked down at home, maybe don't have access to a lot of exotic ingredients. Today I'm going to show you how I make curd rice. This is one of our favorite things to eat when the weather starts to warm up and get a little bit sticky, which hopefully it does soon. This doesn't require any exotic ingredients. If you have a fairly well-stocked Indian pantry, you should be able to pull this off. So to make curd rice, you're going to need a short grain white rice. I would recommend that you not use basmati for this. Literally use anything else that is a short grain white rice and you should be okay. Make sure that you wash your rice really thoroughly. I talked about this in a previous video where I showed you just how to prepare any type of white rice, and we talked about how important it is to rinse that rice as thoroughly as possible. You're also going to need your pressure cooker. We are going to start off by preparing this beautifully washed rice in our pressure cooker. So go ahead and add that in. I have about half a cup of rice here, but all of the measurements are down below for you. And then you need to add 3 times as much water. That's a lot of water. This is not the same preparation as just cooking some rice. You need to add almost an excess of water for this recipe. I like to add a little bit of salt into that as well. And then you need to cook this for 4 whistles. Then you can put it aside, and we're going to start with some tempering. So a little bit of oil in a hot skillet, and to that you're going to add some mustard seeds, some cumin seeds, and a bit of dried red chili. You can use a whole red chili. I have just a couple pieces from the bottom of my bag here, so that's why it's cracked open, but you don't have to crack it open. You can just put the whole red chili. That's fine. It'll be a little less spicy that way. And you want to let that just spatter for a couple of seconds before adding some curry leaves, either fresh or dry. If you have fresh, I really envy you. I only have dried curry leaves. And then to that, a little bit of grated ginger. And you can turn down the heat here. We don't want to burn the ginger. It's probably the most delicate thing in that pan right now. And then just push things around until everything is beautifully fragrant. And then you can put that aside as well. And let's go back to our rice here. Remember, I said to cook your rice for 4 whistles. I also have an in-depth video on how to use your pressure cooker. If that's something that you would like to check out, I will link it in the cards above for you. But once your rice has whistled 4 times in that cooker and the steam has escaped naturally, this is what it will look like. It still kind of looks like rice, but because of the extra water and the fact that we cooked it for 4 whole whistles, the texture of this rice is really soft and mushy. And that's what we're going for when we make curd rice. We really want a mushy rice that you don't even have to chew very much. I'm using my fork to mush that rice even further. I really want to break up this rice as much as possible. So in every stage going forward, we are going to continue to mash this rice. So I'm adding a cup of curd, that's yogurt, and I am combining it with the rice, and I am continuing to mash it with my fork. We are also going to be adding some milk in a moment, and you're going to see the texture of this rice really change. And I would like to point out that we started with half a cup of rice, and I'm cooking for 2 people, and initially you might think that half a cup of rice for 2 people is really not that much, but you're going to see as we continue combining this rice with all of the ingredients in this recipe, it will be more than enough. The rice is going to absorb moisture from the curd, from the milk. It will change in texture, and it will be more than enough. So I'm adding a little bit of grated carrot, as well as some chopped coriander and the tempered spices and ginger from before. This is not a veg-heavy dish, but everyone does have the veggies that they themselves like to add into their curd rice. I've seen people add some finely chopped capsicum or bell pepper. Some people add something sweet like raisins or even pomegranate arils. It's up to you. If you don't have a lot going on in your fridge right now, you can even leave out the carrots. It's not a big deal. Either way, you want to adjust the salt and your dish is done. I would really recommend putting it in the fridge, letting it chill for a little bit, because much like revenge, curd rice is a dish best served cold. Either way, I hope you like this recipe. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more pandemic cooking, and I will see you very soon with another recipe. I hope you're staying safe. I hope that you are well, you and all of your loved ones. And I guess that's it. All right, bye-bye for now.